Welcome to Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. In each episode, we take a deeper look at transformative shifts shaping global ecosystems, from industry megatrends and technology innovation to evolving customer expectations. Today, we're exploring growth opportunities in digital content distribution and delivery infrastructure, unpacking where the next wave of opportunity is unfolding and what it means for future-ready businesses.
Let's start with a simple question. When was the last time you thought about how a video reaches your screen? Probably never, because for years, content delivery just worked. You clicked play, and the system did its job in the background, moving data faster, caching smarter, scaling when traffic spiked. But here's the thing. That entire model, it's fast evolving. Today, content delivery isn't just about speed anymore. It's about trust, control, intelligence, and survival in a world where infrastructure itself faces new security risks every day. We're entering an era where AI agents can manage infrastructure autonomously. Content authenticity is constantly in question. Regulations reshape how, when, and where data is processed, and quantum computing threatens traditional encryption. So the real question is no longer, how fast can you deliver content? It's this. Can your infrastructure be trusted, secured, and made intelligent enough for what comes next?
Earlier, content delivery had a simple playbook. Move content closer to users, reduce latency, handle traffic spikes. That was enough. But today, the scale has exploded. We're not just talking about web pages anymore. We're moving towards 4K and 8K video streams, real-time multiplayer gaming, immersive, augmented, and virtual reality experiences, billions of IoT device communications, and now even AI-generated, AI-consumed content. And with that scale comes fragility, because the more distributed your system becomes, the more exposed it is to risks like cyber attacks and content manipulation. Which means content delivery is no longer a passive performance layer. It's becoming a critical control system for the entire digital ecosystem.
Let's talk about what's really driving this transformation. There are 5 powerful forces at play. 1. Trust is collapsing. Why? With synthetic media and AI-generated content everywhere, viewers and businesses are losing track of what's real and what's not. So infrastructure must step in, embedding cryptographic signatures, content provenance, tamper-proof metadata, because trust can no longer be assumed. It must be engineered. 2. AI is taking control. Managing thousands of edge nodes manually? Impossible. So we're moving toward agentic systems, where AI agents detect incidents, fix issues, and optimize performance autonomously. 3. Sovereign identity ecosystems are on the rise. Users no longer want platforms controlling their identities. We're shifting to user-controlled digital wallets, verifiable credentials, privacy-first identity systems, which means infrastructure now has to orchestrate identity, not just data. 4. Jurisdictional routing. Data sovereignty laws are forcing content to stay within regions. That means routing decisions are no longer just technical, they're legal. Infrastructure now needs to adapt dynamically according to the geography, regulation, and compliance standard in question. 5. Quantum threats are here. Attackers are already storing encrypted data, waiting for quantum computing to break it later, which means today's security decisions impact tomorrow's breaches, and infrastructure must become crypto-agile. Put all of this together, and you see something profound. This is an incremental evolution. It's a complete reset. So the question is, which partnership strategies and growth processes will help your teams turn these headwinds into new opportunities?
Now let's shift perspective to enterprises, because behind the scenes, things are getting messy. Most enterprises today work with multiple content delivery networks, or CDNs, several cloud providers, and numerous edge environments. Why? For resilience and performance. But this creates a new problem: operational chaos, different configurations, inconsistent policies, higher costs, more points of failure. And that's just the internal side. Externally, pressure is mounting. Customers want more sustainable infrastructure choices. Regulators demand compliance. Users expect flawless experiences. Meanwhile, the streaming demand is exploding. AI workloads are consuming massive energy, and infrastructure is struggling to keep up. So enterprises are stuck in a paradox. They need more distribution, but also more control. So here's the challenge. How do you scale globally without losing visibility, control, and efficiency?
Now, here's where things get exciting. Because disruption doesn't just create problems, it also creates opportunity. And in content delivery, those opportunities are massive. Let's highlight a few that are redefining the industry. Sovereign edge infrastructure. Deliver content globally while respecting local laws and jurisdictional logic. Post-quantum security as a service, helping enterprises future-proof encryption and crypto agility. Enhanced trust frameworks for synthetic media, for verifying what's real in an AI-first world. Carbon-aware workload routing, optimizing systems not just for performance, but for sustainability. Zero-trust machine-to-machine communications, for securing automated interactions at the edge. Anti-piracy intelligence, with the ability to detect and stop leaks in real time. All of these aren't just features. They're new revenue streams for providers. So, do you have the benchmarking tools and analytical frameworks to maximize competitive differentiation in content delivery and management?
Let's get practical. Because in a world this complex, strategy is nothing without execution. Here's what leading providers are doing differently. 1. They stop piracy at the edge by detecting threats in real time, using forensic watermarking to trace leaks, monitoring credential abuse, and automating session termination. 2. Moving personalization and ad matching logic closer to users. How? By processing recommendation and advertising decisions at the edge or on the device rather than in large centralized systems, reducing personal data movement and improving privacy. 3. They synchronize and orchestrate everything across clouds, across CDNs, across regions, so if one system fails, another takes over seamlessly. 4. They build verifiable trust mechanisms into transactions by using cryptographic signing, immutable timestamps, distributed verification records that prove when transactions occurred and who authorized them. This is what differentiation looks like now. Not just faster delivery, but smarter, safer, more accountable systems.
In conclusion, here's the deeper truth behind all of this. This transformation isn't just technical, it's strategic, because content delivery is becoming the control layer of the digital economy. It controls trust, data movement, identity, and ultimately user experience. What does this mean? The old CDN model focused on speed and scale is no longer enough. The new model demands continuous adaptability in terms of automation, security, compliance. Is your content delivery strategy equipped to facilitate real-time, AI-driven, and trust-centric digital experiences?
That's all for today. Thanks for joining us on Frost & Sullivan's Growth Podcast. For access to our research, competitive benchmarking, and best practice frameworks, head over to frost.com or email hello@frost.com. We'll be back soon with more to help you stay clear-headed and growth-ready.